April, Darlene, you're coming on.
Babe.
Yes. Oh, yes, okay.
You there?
Hello? Hello?
All right, just get somebody else.
That looks weird.
That's wild.
That looks weird. Anyways, bring it up to 1 million likes, guys.
1 million
1
likes.
million.
Double tap that screen, y'all. Yes, sir.
1 million likes. 1 million.
Double tap that screen, y'all.
1 million likes. Wait, that girl was in the shower?
I don't know what she was doing.
She was. Because I was like, that looks like a curtain. Now it's a shower curtain. I get it. And the water was running. That's why it sounded so weird. That is so funny. Well, girl, hope you have a good shower, exfoliate, and yeah, gonna be smelling good for bed. Good. Okay. The comment said, not her in the shower waiting for her turn. That's funny. Okay. 1 million likes to bring the next guest on. I'm gonna look through the guest and see. Please, guys, I'm looking at the request and gonna bring somebody on. And we're about to hit 1 million.
900 so far.
So please get out of the shower. Now is your chance to get out of the shower. Y'all are funny.
Almost
I love
there.
y'all.
$1 million likes. Thank you.
1 million likes.
We're at 1 million.
Awesome. Let me see. I've been a few hours, but I feel like days. I've been days, but I feel like. Okay, just Shiki, I guess. Hello. Hello. Hi. Hello. Hello.
Yeah, hear me?
Yes, but we can't see you. And your camera is not like able to turn on, so we gotta boot ya. I'm sorry. She had no ability to turn her camera on. Okay. Let's do Amiana. What?
Hello?
Hello. Hello.
Hi, how are you guys?
Hi.
I'm sitting in my car, so hold on, let me get it together here.
Awesome.
I did not think I was going to get picked, I'm going to just be honest.
Well, you are here. I saw you were like a blogger. Is that right?
That's right.
Yes, you said skincare, the skin glowing, so you know she has game, guys. Give us our like top #1 skincare tip and game you have for people.
So my #1 skincare tip is consistency is the magic. That's it.
Period.
Consistency is the magic.
I love it. I love it.
You in St. Louis?
I am.
That's crazy. Emo's pizza.
Yeah.
Give me some. Send me some Emo's pizza. I miss it.
Okay, red hot riblets too.
Come on now. Only if it's got the best soda with it.
The best.
The best.
It's seen you White Castles too, Sean.
Come on, White Castles as well. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to get some of them gas burgers.
Right? They're what we call the midnight burgers.
Oh yeah, man. I haven't had that stuff in so long. Makes me want to go back. Nah.
I feel you. Once you go outside of the Midwest, there's nothing here, so I understand that. So, hi Shanice.
Hey, how you doing?
How you doing, girl?
Good.
Okay, so I have a couple of questions for all three of you. Sean, I want to start with you, but I'm going to save you for last because I don't want you to kick me off.
What school did you go to?
I went to Belleville East, so
Oh,
I'm actually 15 minutes away from St. Louis,
yeah, I know
45 minutes away from Edwardsville. I know you went to school there.
Belleville East is ratchet.
No, that's Belleville West.
Now it's West. Okay.
Yeah. Well, it might be ratchet now. I graduated in 2003, so.
Yeah. No, it's kind of. I couldn't even tell you. It's been 10 years, so. But yeah, go ahead.
Okay, so I'm going to start with Shanice.
Yes.
No.
And I want to be very.
With me.
I don't want to get kicked off.
A risk you gotta take.
Okay.
I'm fucking with you. Go ahead. Sorry, what you need.
Okay, so I'm not going to look at these comments because they're about to throw tomatoes. So I do skincare. However, I'm a serial entrepreneur. And one of the things that I do, I'm a certified life coach. I'm also a neuro-linguistic practitioner, which means I just read body language and, you know, I just have a lot of expertise in those things. So Shanice, I know that you get this question a lot, so I'm going to try to rephrase it in a way that it does not seem like it's always asked. When you were on deployment, before you went to deployment and you and Sean were together in a relationship, you stated that you guys had a conversation regarding polygamy. And the definition at that time was that you guys were going to basically be in a relationship where all three of you were active across the board. Okay? Physically, sexually, whatever you want to say, that was the conversation before you went to deployment. When you came back from deployment, the definition changed for you. And I want to know how did he convince you that it was more of a benefit to have another woman in a relationship with him and not yourself, and say that it's because you guys are building and that the sexual benefit is no longer the first priority when he is still benefiting sexually with the both of you?
So to clarify, the discussion of having someone as an asset versus physical pleasure happened while I was still on deployment and before Olivia had even come down to San Diego, or before she was even in the picture. So yes, that was number one. That happened while I was on deployment, and the discussion then was, hey, I don't want to give my energy to random women. And I agree, like you shouldn't give your energy to random people. So instead of just having people around for a good time, like we should also be building with these women. We should also be investing with these women. They should be assets. Does that make sense? So that is how like the idea transformed, and that's how the idea evolved while I was on deployment. Just to clarify, yes, it didn't change when I got back.
Okay, so since you just said to clarify, because you did mention a couple of times before the story was switched again, that you were not really aware that Olivia had moved in because of lack of communication while you were on deployment.
I knew Olivia was here. I knew Olivia was here when she flew down. Like I had service at the time, and I was sent a picture, but that was when they weren't romantic.
But they became romantic while you were on deployment, correct?
All of this happened while I was on deployment.
And that's where you said it was lack of communication, because when you met her, it was just business only. But when you came back from deployment, he was romantically involved with this girl.
Correct. And also, like, she wasn't here for that complete duration of time between the business meeting and like them being romantic.
Okay. Okay, I'm gonna get off Olivia when it comes to you, because I just want to speak to you. So I've watched a couple of your nows, like your stories where you catch all these angel numbers, so to speak, and you're very keen on stating that you are about relationship and not religion. That you, you have a spirit. You're more spiritual, right? Mm-hmm. Okay, and coming from a Christian background, you said your dad was a pastor and so were your uncles, right?
My grandfather, great-grandfather, uncles, yes.
Okay. And was that a Christianity? Mm-hmm. Okay. So I kind of get why you state that you're more spiritual and it's about the relationship than the religion, which I agree. But with that being said, with the spiritual walk with the Most High, do you not feel convicted at all that not only are you operating in polygamy, and I'm not to judge, that's the Most High's job, but the aspect of being with someone that is married? I mean, he's still married, whether he's legally separated or not. Do you not feel any type of conviction not only being with a married man, but sharing this married man, not with his wife, because that's still his wife, but with a whole nother 20-year-old?
All right,
but you are in a spiritual walk.
Hold on. Let's get this like clear. I'm separated. Right? There's like documentation on all of that. Like, I don't want to continue to like speak on that, but like that's being like handled like as we like speak. So like a piece of paper says that's about it. Like, that's it. So like, let's not make that like a point. Cause it's not. Let's not make it bigger than what it is. Cause there's plenty of people who have try that marriage and fail that marriage and they start dating again. Divorces can be very complicated. They can take years, some can take months. It just totally depends. And there's a lot of factors that go into that. So again, like, let's not like harp on that because you're trying to make it seem like something that it's like not. It was clear.
I'm not trying to make it seem like something that it's not.
But you really are though, because like you're trying to make it seem like, oh, like I'm still like talking to like my wife, like messing with her, sleeping. Like, okay, yeah, there is a document, that is it, and it's like being like handled. There's nothing nobody can do about it. It doesn't change like literally like anything. Like there's so many people. There's literally like so many people that are like married and like dating. Like, please.
That doesn't make it right, though. Shanice, can you answer the question?
I'm gonna just say this. If you want to have another reason to judge her or belittle her, you do that. But I will say this. I failed is a lot better than like what if. At least I had the balls to give a woman commitment. I failed at it. So what? Most men don't even have the courage to even attempt a marriage. Most men are sitting up here literally being with a girl 7, 10 years, have a baby by her, have another baby by her, and still are afraid of marriage. I tried that marriage. I lacked the leadership skills. I failed at it. It's being handled. What is the big deal? She knows about it. There was no lying about it. I was honest about it. I was transparent about it. So what is the big deal? You're trying to make it a big deal and it's not. It's a literally a piece of paper. And I feel like you're trying to like attack her character about something that like is more about principles than paperwork. That's already being like handled. So stop that. I'm not going to let you comfort her or make her feel uncomfortable about it.
Shanice, are you uncomfortable with the question?
Yes.
Okay, moving on. We're still on this spiritual journey though. So if we take off paperwork and we take off divorce and all of that, as a spiritual woman, as well as a queen, right? Are you not at all worried about the spiritual soul ties that this man is bringing you and will continue to bring you with 6 other women introduced into this dynamic?
Am I worried about that?
Are you worried about the soul ties that you're going to take part in while this man is unprotected, sleeping with the both of you, and want to add 6 more women?
I am not worried.
And why is that?
Because to be honest, like, I trust my love and his judgment. So who he brings around us and who he decides to include in our dynamic is something that I'm not worried about.
Okay, who he physically brings to your dynamic is one thing. Who he spiritually brings to the dynamic is 2 totally different things that nobody really can see on the physicality of it. Do you understand what I'm saying? Y'all are exchanging the most high, the most powerful energy transfer, which is sexually. So how are you combating a physical dynamic that he's bringing in than a spiritual one that you can't see until you're affected by it?
Well, I'm not combating that now. And just to reiterate what I said before, like, I trust his judgment, and that includes spiritual.
Okay, so you guys have talked outside of this live about spiritualness, because Sean has threw in a couple of Bible scriptures through the live that was kind of twisted to his point that he was trying to prove at the moment. And then with the whole who's your king talk.
I read the scripture straight out of the Bible. What did I twist?
When you made the comment about wives submitting to their husband and things like that, when you're no one's husband except for your future ex-wife.
So let me get this straight. You feel like because the government, what about the people